Hi, my name is Sigmund, and welcome to another video in Aspire Executive. In this video, I'll be talking about the CIMA qualification, but this time around, help you to appreciate the CIMA strategic case study syllabus. The essence of this video is to help you understand the demand of the CIMA strategic case study syllabus, the knowledge required to be able to actually perform well with the CIMA strategic case study exam. As you are aware, we've already discussed the syllabus in our subject or in our previous videos. We've already looked at the CIMA syllabus, that the syllabus is in various levels, the certificate level, the operational, the management, as well as the strategic level. And for those students writing the strategic case study exam, the expectation is for you to have completed the E3 model, which is the strategic management model, the P3, which is the risk management model, and also the F3, which is the financial strategy model, so that you can be able to write the strategic case study exam. That is a very important reminder. But for students who are joining us using the ICAD qualification, they are only expected to write the strategic case study exam. We want us to, or this particular video, is to help you appreciate the key requirements in terms of knowledge that will enable you to be able to write this particular exam in terms of the strategic case study exam. Now, the strategic case study exam is broken down into various activities. The knowledge required to be able to effectively pass the CIMA strategic case study exam requires that you have knowledge in various activities. There are activities from A to E. The first activity is that you need to be able to develop a business strategy, which is very key. You have capacity to develop a business strategy. The core activity is that you must have also the competency required to evaluate business ecosystems as well as business environment. Then the activity C requires you to be able to recommend financing strategy. As a senior finance manager writing the CIMA strategic case study paper, you should be able to recommend financing strategy. Then also we have the activity D, which requires competency in you being able to evaluate and mitigate risk. Knowledge required in doing that, very important if you are to be able to appreciate that activity. Then the final activity is that you must be able to recommend and maintain sound control environment, very sound control environment. That is the major activity there. That's core activity E. So if you see clearly, we have the core A, core B, core C, core D, and then the core E. These activities have key requirements that is necessary. You must want competency in all these areas if you are to pass the CIMA strategic case study. So we're going to look at a discussion, basically, to look at all the various activities and discuss specifically what is required there. So for the core activity A, where you are supposed to develop a business strategy, the expectation is that you need to be able to have the following knowledge, or you should be able to fulfill the following outcomes. The weighting is between 15 to 25 marks. So the expectation is that students should be able to evaluate strategic options. Students should be able to also recommend strategic direction or decisions. Students should be able to evaluate potential acquisition and divestment opportunity. Okay, students should be able to recommend or responses to opportunities and threats arising from digital technology. When it comes to the activity A, these are the learning outcomes and these are the assessments that, or the knowledge that we assess. You being able to evaluate strategic options, you being able to recommend strategic decisions, you being able to evaluate potential acquisition and divestment opportunities, and you being able to recommend responses to opportunities and threats that could arise from digital technologies. So that is for the core activity A. Then we look at the activity B, which is we have to evaluate business ecosystems as well as business environment. So the weighting is also between 15 to 25 marks. And the assessment here, or the learning outcome, is that as a student writing the strategic case study exam, you should be able to select and apply suitable strategic analytical tools. You also have to be able to conduct analysis of stakeholder needs and recommend appropriate responses. You must also be able to recommend appropriate responses to changes in the business ecosystem. You should be able to also recommend KPIs that can encourage sound strategic management. And also you should be able to recommend responses to the economic, political, and currency risk. So these are the outcomes expected of any student who is attempting activity B. You should be able to apply suitable strategic analytical tools, conduct analysis of stakeholder needs, and recommend responses needed. You should be able to recommend appropriate responses to changes in the business ecosystem, recommend KPIs that encourage sound strategic management, and also recommend responses to 3 types of risk: economic, political, and currency risk. Then we'll look at activity C, where you need to recommend financing strategies. The weighting is same, 15 to 35 marks, and you are expected to have knowledge to be assessed on the following: you being able to recommend suitable source of finance, you being able to recommend dividend policy for management as well as shareholder, you being able to recommend and apply business valuation model, which is very key knowledge required in this particular activity model C. So that is it. So the second to last activity is activity D, where students are expected to evaluate and mitigate risk. Same level of weighting of this syllabus area is between 15 to 25 marks. And in terms of outcomes and objectives, students should be able to evaluate risk as well as recommend responses, so as to be able to reduce the risk or respond to risk, and be able to maintain a corporate risk register, which will schedule out all the various risks that the company may take and the necessary actions thereof. Students should be able to also identify ethical dilemmas, which is not so problematic. Once you are a professional accountant, you need to appreciate ethical issues, identify them, and provide responses. You should also be able to evaluate and mitigate cyber risk, which is a very important phenomenon due to the change in technology or changes in technology. And you must also be able to recommend internal control, which is very key, controlled relevant, to be able to mitigate the risk. So that is activity B. Let's look at the final activity. For the activity E, you have to recommend and maintain sound internal or sound control environment. Now, this particular activity, the outcomes expected is that students should be able to apply internal audit resources. Students should be able to recommend appropriate controls as well as evaluate the implication of compliance failure. A student are expected to also recommend responses to the threats arising from poor corporate governance or poor governance. So these are the activities relevant for the CIMA program. We have the activity A, the activity B, activity C, the D, and the E. These are the 5 core activities of the CIMA professional program, specifically the strategic case study program. So in essence, you are expected to write the exams. Normally, we provide tuition at the start to assist your preparation. And as you can watch our previous video, our tuition programs are tailored towards the various dates. CIMA has 4 dates in a regular year: the May, August, and then also the February, November. So tuition for the various programs for the strategic case study program normally are conducted on dual basis. So, for example, the May and August lectures are done together because the precinct for that section will be the same. When it comes to the February and November also, tuition will be done together for those sessions, obviously because the precinct will also be the same for the February and November. So I encourage you to register for our tuition program by downloading our mobile application on all platforms, Android, iOS, as well as Microsoft Office, and immediately begin tuition. You can also like this page, share and comment, and obviously watch other videos that we have on the CIMA professional qualification. Once again, my name is Sigmund. See you in the next video. Bye.
Artlist.io